Oh, hey guys. Todd here again with TW Home Show. Come on in. We're going to check out the MoFi router today. Actually, two different models. This model I've been using for the last couple years in our RV, and I've got a new advanced model from MoFi. So come on in and let's check out the speeds we get. All right, so here we have it. We're in the RV now. Like I told you, we've had this MoFi network router hooked up. This is a cellular router, both of these. We've been using this one for the last 2 years in our Tiffin RV, and we're going to exchange it and connect this one up today. But we're going to run speed tests on our old one and, you know, connectivity and stuff like that. And then we're going to do the same for this new one, 4G LTE and 5G built in. And I'll take you back here. Now, you could probably mount it in the cabinets overhead here if you wanted to, but I'm trying to keep all the electronics back here. And if you look at this TV, this lifts up right here. There's our MoFi currently hooked up. I don't have the antennas hooked up right now. I'm going to show you how to do all that. We've got a receiver back here that does the whole house, all the TVs and stuff like that through this receiver. So I got the antennas coming in, antenna connections from the roof. You've probably seen that in a previous video. If not, you can watch that video in the link above this video, and then come back here and watch this one. So see, I've got a pointing rooftop mounted antenna connection right here coming in, and these two are for my telescoping antenna by PROXICAST. So they're the same style connections. We've just got two antennas we have access to use. All right, the first thing I want to do is hook up the antennas. I'm going to use the pointing roof mount that just mounts directly to the rooftop. And I installed that a couple years ago when I started using the MoFi router here, the first edition. This is the MoFi 4500, I believe. So we're going to connect these up. Now you can use the 4G paddle pads, which I'll show you in a minute, at the top here. And then these two lower antennas here transmit the Wi-Fi that's received in throughout your coach and the area around your coach. But the 4G from the cell towers is going to come into the top connections here. And I've got two SMA connectors right here from the rooftop antenna. So I'm going to plug them in. They actually screw in. Now here's your indicator lights right here. That's another reason to keep it inside this cabinet. The connectivity lights don't disturb you if you're sleeping here in the bedroom. But I can easily lift this TV cover up and see the status if I want to, or log into it from my computer browser. So let's just do some tests on this MoFi 4500. Do some speed tests. All right, and here we go. We're going to go to speedtest.net, and I'm going to check at the bottom here, the bottom right corner, our Wi-Fi. We are connected to MoFi Guest, which is the MoFi 4500 router inside the RV here. speedtest.net. And we're using my T-Mobile cellular card in the MoFi router. So that's what I recommend. If you're going to use a cellular company, use a SIM card that's made for a cell phone with unlimited data, and put that into your router, the MoFi router, and you won't be throttled. So we're going to test from my T-Mobile router in the 4500 to Kissimmee, Florida server, and I'm going to press go here. And keep in mind, I'm located north of Tampa, Florida, in my driveway here, and our view is kind of distorted because the back of the RV is up against the house, and the roof line goes up like that from there, from the antenna, and there is a tower beyond my house. So we might be not optimal for these tests, but this is the only place I can do it for you guys right now. We're just trying to compare the two, the 4500 MoFi to the 5500 MoFi, see if we get different results. So I'm going to press go here for our first test with the MoFi 4500. And we're testing our download speeds right now. All right, up to 2 megabytes per second, 3.1 megabytes per second. Not too good. I mean, it could be usable in an emergency situation. And then our upload speeds are a little better. And our upload speed finishes off at 3.67. All right, let's run one more while we're here. Press go. And just run one more test, just, so we got a comparison. Just over 1 megabytes per second, and then upload looks like it's going to come in about the same. Okay, now remember that was with the pointing cellular rooftop mounted antenna. Now I'm going to go back there, or we're going to go back. All right, now I'm going to unscrew the rooftop pointing antenna. Remember, we're still working with the MoFi 4500, and I'm going to connect the telescoping. This is the PROXICAST omnidirectional antenna on the telescoping pole that I've got mounted on my ladder. Connect both sides. That gives us that MIMO connection. Okay, now I'm going to reset the unit. I'm going to unplug it and plug it back in, just so it's recognizing the new antenna setup here. Let's go test this one out. All right, we are connected now to our MoFi router, and with the new telescoping antenna by PROXICAST, I'm going to reset this page, the speed test page here, and we're going to test our telescoping antenna now by PROXICAST. Okay, of course we got our T-Mobile SIM card in the MoFi 4500. Finding optimal server, it says. And optimal server is CenturyLink, Winter Park, Florida. We're going to press go on our speed test. Let's see what we get. Wow, I'm happy because I invested a lot of time in that antenna and the mounting system and trying to figure out all that, how to get the wires into the RV. Well, it came down lower to 8.55. We'll do a second test as well. Okay, upload speed looks like it's lower than the rooftop mounted antenna. All right, 1.34 upload, not very good, but the download is a noticeable difference. So let's just go ahead and do the second test just to verify. I'm going to press go. And we'll wait. There we go. Okay, it's looking about the same, but it gets up there at some points. Over 20 megabytes per second. That one was a lot better. 18.3 megabytes per second download. And then upload, you're not going to be doing very good upload on the telescoping antenna, it looks like. So if I got both antenna lines coming in, I could always swap them out. And I'm not sure if this MoFi, if it's got dual signal receivers, self receivers, I think you'd still have to switch the lines from the rooftop to the telescoping antenna. But we'll get to that next. So let's just go ahead, and I want to show you how to do one more thing on here. I'm going to show you how you can connect to, say, your campground's Wi-Fi and pull that in through your antenna, okay, and then redistribute it here to your network. So you're using the campground network instead of our cellular MoFi router antenna network, right? So our campground, for instance, is going to be my house, the TW Wi-Fi. So let's go into there. I'm going to show you how to go into the MoFi 4500 next. All right, guys, I just remembered something. If you're trying to log into your MoFi router administrative panel for the first time, you may have to connect by wire. Like I told you, that address 192.168.10.1, that's the default login. But I remember I had to connect to a network cable directly into the MoFi router right here on my first time until I got the Wi-Fi radio turned on. I'm going to show you how to do that, and this is in conjunction with, I'm going to show you how to set up campground mode. So let's say, for instance, you show up to a campground and you, at the front desk, they say, oh, we have campground Wi-Fi here. So you get to your campsite and your wife or spouse says, hey, we only got one bar flashing on and off for our cell phone signal. We probably won't even be able to watch Netflix tonight. So you remember they said they got campground Wi-Fi. So you can go into your router like this, like I'm about to show you, and actually the campground should give you their SSID or Wi-Fi name and their Wi-Fi password. That's all you need. And then you can go out there with your antenna, MoFi router, and capture that campground internet and bring it into you and broadcast it Wi-Fi in your RV. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. All right, now here we go. Now, for instance, I'm going to restart this. Close that out. Go to 192.168.10.1. Enter. Remember, use Firefox browser. And there's my username and password for the MoFi router, which you set up when you originally install it. And we log in. And then on the left-hand side of the menu, you want to go to Wi-Fi Bridge Repeater. Select that. Wait for that to load up. And now what we want to do, enable Wi-Fi Radio Master. Go ahead and select Enabled. I believe once you do this, then you can log in without your network cord connected directly to the MoFi router. You can just go to the Firefox browser, type in the address 192.168.10.1, and you won't have to be wired in. And I found that as a huge convenience. I discovered that a year after owning it. So then we want to go down here to main master router and select here. No access points detected. We need a scan. So let's see, repeater mode. This router right here, we want to do enabled. And the scan is not, it didn't do a scan yet because we have to save this now that we have them enabled. So select save at the bottom right corner. Save again if it asks you again. And then you'll see it's applying changes, and then we'll go back in there. Okay. Okay, now we're going to log in without the network cable. And we're in the Firefox. We're going to do 192.168.10.1, enter, and see how we can load in now wirelessly without the network cable. And select login, and we're going to go down here to Wi-Fi bridge repeater for our, we're going to try to pull in our campground Wi-Fi. So select that, and now see it's got a Wi-Fi scan since we enabled it and then saved it down here at the bottom and then re-logged into it. Now it's picking up all these scans that Wi-Fi networks. You could log into your camper next door if they gave you their password and they have a better connection. Maybe they got Starlink or something and they allow you to use it. Maybe you're friends of theirs. But anyway, we're going to pretend, for instance, that my house Wi-Fi is the campground Wi-Fi. So I'm going to go into here and select TW Wi-Fi, and then I got to put my password for my campground Wi-Fi, which is my house Wi-Fi, and make sure that's in there. Repeater mode is enabled, okay, and select save at the bottom right. Now we can pull in that campground Wi-Fi. As soon as it applies changes, you'll see it applying changes up here at the top first. Don't interfere, let it complete the changes. All right, now we're going to do a speed test on our campground Wi-Fi test. So let's just go into speedtest.net again. Now, look at this. At the bottom here it says Spectrum. That's where it's testing Spectrum, not my T-Mobile card that's in the MoFi router. So the MoFi router is going out and capturing the campground network, which is my TW Wi-Fi in my house. So my house has Spectrum. That's why it's showing Spectrum now, is what it's testing. So we're going to select go here. So you know it's capturing outside the network and not from that cell card in your router when you set it up like this. And it may or not be better than your T-Mobile card or your cell card that you have in your MoFi router, but it's another chance to see if you can get a stronger signal. In our case here, no, we can't. And it might be because I'm testing it from that extension post, PROXICAST antenna, and that's kind of up over my roof line, and it's capturing signal up here, and my house Wi-Fi is down below. So that might be the case of why the score is so low here. I'm just going to hit it one more time, just get some download speed, a second test here. So I just wanted to give you the other option that you can do with the MoFi router by harnessing another person's internet connection and bringing it in your RV coach. And this is starting off slow again. Yeah, like maybe 1 megabytes per second. So guys, let's move on. The next step of this video, we're going to be opening our MoFi 5500 and getting that all set up. All right, now let's see what we get. This is the MoFi router, and this is meant to be used for mobile servicing or services using a cellular card from your cell phone. Now, I just added on a bring your own phone card to my T-Mobile account. I'm here in Tampa, Florida, so I've got an extra card. This is the MoFi 5500 5G XE LTE. Let's see what we get in the box. All right, we get a network cable. We get a power brick. Look at all these antennas, guys. Jeez. Man. Ultra wideband 4G LTE, LTE 2, 4G LTE 5G. These are the LTE 2s. 5G, LTE 2, 5G. So you get 4 5G wide antennas and 4 ultra wide 4G LTE. These bring in signal from your cell towers. So it looks like it might have 2 radios on this. And here's your nano SIM card adapter and removal tool. In case you have a different size SIM card sent to you, there are adapters in here so that you will no doubt have the correct adapter to go into your MoFi router. And then all these are 4 Wi-Fi antennas. These are the internal Wi-Fi antennas that are going to spread Wi-Fi all in here, your RV and the surrounding areas. So if you want to sit outside in your campsite, you should have no problems bringing Wi-Fi out around your campsite. That's going to give you signal to the cell towers from these. And this is telling you, warning, if you get the wrong size SIM card, whatever, they've got the SIM card adapter packed in here for you. We got some basic instructions right here. And finally, last piece in the box, we have our MoFi router. And this is probably almost 3 times the size of the MoFi 4500 router. I'll give you a look around on this. You got your indicator lights here. These Wi-Fi antennas right here. Secondary 1, secondary 2 antenna. Primary 1 and primary 2 antenna. So yeah, it looks like you're going to have 2 radios in here. So we can actually use my roof mount antenna by pointing, and my telescoping PROXICAST antenna, both at the same time, because I've got now 4 connections, which will allow me to put all of those connections and use both of my antennas at the same time if I want to. Or, you know, if one's working better than the other, I got that. What else we got? Oh, we got the back right here. If you want to connect direct network cables in here, direct to the back of your computer or laptop, you can do that. Have an even faster connection than Wi-Fi. You have a direct connection then. You got a USB port here. Here's where your SD card goes in. We'll put an SD card here in just a moment. LED on-off switch. So if these are too bright in your eyes, you can turn them on and off with this switch here. All right, let's get the antennas mounted and the SIM card put in, and then we'll get it up in the back cabinet. All right, now I'm connecting my primary to the right side. So the primary antenna, taking both of those connections. I believe this is how you do it. I'm going to double check the instructions. So primary 1, 2, and then this is secondary 1 and 2 antenna. So I'm going to make my primary the roof top mount, and the secondary one is going to be the telescoping, the PROXICAST omni antenna that extends, you know, a few feet above the roof line. And that's cool that, you know, I don't have to swap these back and forth, which I was expecting I might have to do when I put that second antenna up there. But now I could just have them all permanently mounted and screwed in. And then hopefully it draws off the best reception, whichever antennas are picking up the best reception. Okay, got the power cord there. We'll go ahead and plug it in. Plug in the power cord there. We've got some lights. All right, so I think for the first time we have to actually take a network cable, like I was explaining on the 4500, to take the browser and connect into that main console panel to make our settings, because we'll need to set up a username and password for our network in here on this new MoFi 5500. All right, I've gone in, logged in, not quite logged in. I typed in 192.168.10.1, which is the same as the MoFi 4500, to log in through the Firefox web browser. And I come into this MoFi network. It tells me it's the MoFi 5500. And to get in here for the first time, username is root, and then password is admin. And we click login. All right, I did go to the MoFi website and I downloaded the latest firmware for the MoFi 5500. It was easy to do, and I'll leave the link in the description below, but it's also in your instruction packet, little sheet that comes with the router. And so I got it hooked up here. Now remember, my primary antenna leads are on this side. That's the rooftop antenna. And then secondary antenna leads is the telescopic PROXICAST antenna, the Omni, the new one I got that sits in the sky way up there. So we're going to go ahead and log in and test this out. All right, here we go, guys. I got the screen recording now, and I'm checking the internet that we're on right here at the bottom. We're on the MoFi network, TW Wi-Fi underscore 5G, which is the custom name that I chose. Also, there is the non-5G. We're going to do 5G, see what we get. And we are connected, secured. So I'm going to go ahead and open up our browser here. And we'll go to speedtest.net once again. Enter. Now, it shows our T-Mobile SIM card right there. That's what we want. We're connected to CenturyLink, Winter Park, Florida. I'm going to go ahead and select go with our speed test. This is the MoFi 5500 now, 5G compatible. There we go. That's more like it now. And I'm connected to both of the rooftop antenna and the PROXICAST on the telescoping pole. We got 51.73 download. That's very good for me. And then upload looks like a little bit lower. Kind of resembles the upload of my household speed from Spectrum at most times. So there we go. Let's try it once more just to get a second test on it. Here we go once more again. MoFi 5500 router. It's looking like lightning speeds for a cellular router. I mean, these are very acceptable speeds to me. I don't know about you guys. You can do anything with 47.6 download just about. And then upload again around 3 to 4 range megabytes per second. Okay. Very good. All right, there's one other thing I want to do while we're testing. We're in testing mode. All right, so be patient with me. Let's see if we can learn a little bit more. Not sure if it matters which is the primary antenna or which is the secondary antenna. So I'm going to swap sides here with the rooftop mount antenna right here is the primary before. We're going to pull it over to this side and then take the telescoping antenna out. And secondary sides. And remember, we just tested the MoFi 5G, but there's a standard as well. And make sure you don't cross thread these as they go in. Sometimes it seems like you got it all the way in, but they're not, because they kind of got cross threaded. And you got to wiggle this cable while you're screwing it in to the port. Make sure you get it in there firmly. All right, got the antenna ports swapped from primary to secondary. So now our primary is the aerial PROXICAST up in the air on the post. Secondary is the rooftop. Let's go test again, see what our results are on the speed test. Okay, this is speed test 2. We swapped the antennas. Let's go in here, close the old one out, go to speedtest.net. We're on the T-Mobile cellular router, MoFi 5500. We swapped. Primary antenna now is the telescoping one. Let's go. Uh-oh. I think it makes a difference which one is primary and secondary antenna selection, because it makes sense the telescoping one would be faster. It's higher up in the air. And remember, I told you I'm up against the wall of my house and the roof line of the house. That's going to deter, because I know there is a cellular antenna behind my house, at least half a mile away. Wow, blazing speeds, 91.03. Upload still 2.57 megabytes per second. That could be better. Let's just do it one more time. Go. I can't believe those speeds. They're fantastic. All right, so it looks like it's fluctuating a bit. We're not at 90 anymore. We're not in the 90s. There we go. A little burst at the end. 73. That's still excellent. Excellent. Upload. Still around 3 to 4 megabytes per second. In the 3 range. So that's pretty good, guys. Alright guys, that about wraps it up for today's video. That was on the MoFi router system. Portable, mobile, cellular router systems. That's the MoFi 5500, my newest MoFi router in here. Works with cellular network cards, and I do have it working with 2 different antennas on the same router. Now you can do this as well with the MoFi 4500. And like I said, we worked with that for the last 2 years, and it worked just fine. When we got a little bit off grid, the signal strength was a little bit harder to pick up. Sometimes we couldn't pick it up in some state campgrounds this last trip around, but we were way off interstate highways and stuff like that. But I'm expecting this with the newer technology, the MoFi 5500. This should be the way to go, and I'll keep you guys informed. If you follow me, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button if you like this video, or if you want to see more comparisons or setup videos. Maybe I'll even do more on the MoFi 5500, a little bit more in depth in their internal menu. If you'd like to see some of that, leave your comments below. Thank you again, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Hey guys, I forgot one more test we have to do. So I'm going to go back into the RV here and we'll do this one more test because I forgot. What about just your cell phone? So let's see. I'm going to change this. I'm going to take it off Wi-Fi from my home and just have it on a cellular network and do a speed test on here. So I'll go into Google. And I'll go into speed test. .net. We'll run our speed test on here. And I've got Wi-Fi turned off. It does show 5G currently. Reception, connectivity. We'll hit the go. There we go. So this is just from my cell phone. So if you're in the same, say, for instance, campground or whatever from what we did our test in, we're going to see these types of speeds compared to our MoFi. All right, 14 megabytes per second. Not bad. But the MoFi 5500 did a lot better.